We're going to do part 2 to 3.5 lesson. We're just going to cover a few examples, and then you'll do the Edulastic assignment that has these types of problems in it. So you have done all of this before, but it's a good review because this was a little bit of a trickier concept with graphing equations in standard form and writing and interpreting linear equations in a real-world context, such as this one. So here, this graph models the total cost of joining a gym. And so remember that time is always on the x-axis. That's always your independent variable. And usually cost is on the y-axis. That's your dependent variable. So cost depends on the month of your membership. So it says write an equation of a line. So to write an equation, we need an m and we need a b. So to figure out the m, the slope, let's just find the slope between these 2 points using the slope formula. So y2 minus y1, 363 minus 231 over 5 minus 2, which is 3. So this comes out to be, 132 over 3. 132 divided by 3 is, oh goodness, I'm not quite sure. Let me see, 44. Looking at my answer key, or you can type it in your calculator. All right, so 44. And then if it's a rate, then the units would be cost per month. So 44, because this represents cost, this represents months. So 44 is the price you would pay per month, okay? So the slope, m, represents the the monthly cost of the membership. All right, and then we have to find the y-intercept because it says to write the equation of the line. So to get the y-intercept, you can't unfortunately guess what that is, so we're going to have to use algebra. So start with your y equals mx plus b, and then plug in one of these points. I'm going to go ahead and plug in 231 in for x and y, and then we'll plug in 44 for the slope and solve for b, just like you did in the last lesson. So 231 equals 44 times 2 plus b. So this would be 231 equals 88 plus b. Subtract 88 on both sides. And I'm going to cheat and look at the answer key, 143. So then 143, what would that represent? That would represent the startup fee. It's your y-intercept. Okay, so then let's go ahead and write the total equation of the line. So it would be y equals 44x plus 143. All right. So now we're going to review how to graph equations in standard form. So the first strategy you can do, and remember standard form is ax plus by equals c, where the both variables are on the same side of the equation. So when it's like that, one thing you can do is find the y-intercepts, the x and y-intercepts. So to find the x-intercept, you cover up the y, remember? So to find the x-intercept, set y equal to 0. So then this would be the 4y would cancel and you'd get 3x equals 12. So x equals 4. So the y-intercept would be 4, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, the x-intercept. And then likewise, to get the y-intercept, you set the x equal to 0. So that would mean covering up the 3x. So you should have 4y equals 12, y equals 3. So the y-intercept coordinate would be 0, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. And when you're doing this in Edulastic, you would just use the line tool, plot a point here, and then plot the next point here, and it should automatically create a straight line. But when you're doing this in your notes, just make sure that you are using graph paper to do this, and you're using a straight edge to graph your line. All right, and lines have arrows. And the strategy 2 is to convert it to slope-intercept form. So let's do that for the next example. So here we have, for number 19, we have negative x plus 3y equals negative 9. So let's go ahead and try that with strategy 2. So to convert this to y-intercept form, the first thing you would do, well, you have to solve for y. Okay, so the first thing you would do is move the x over. So add x to both sides. So 3y equals, and you always write the x term first, so that it would be x minus 9 instead of negative 9 plus x. And then divide everything by 3. So we get y equals, the over 3 would be pulled out as 1/3 times x, and then minus 9 over 3 is 3. So that would be your equation in slope-intercept form. So then you can plot the y-intercept and then use the slope to get another point. So down 1, 2, 3, and up 1 over 1, 2, 3. And then if you're doing this in Edulastic, that's all you need. But if you're doing this on your paper, you might want to make a couple more points just so that you make an accurate line. So I'm going to go down 1 over 1, 2, 3, down 1 over 1, 2, 3. Alrighty. So next for this one, I'm going to go ahead and erase this part. So for here, so we're not in standard form technically because the x is already over here. So what I would do is go ahead and convert it to slope-intercept form since it's already partly there. So first we would add the 4 to the 1. So you get 2y equals negative x plus 5. And then divide everything by 2. So we get y equals, this fraction would be negative 1/2. And then this would be x plus 2.5. Okay, so your y-intercept is at 2.5, 1, 2.5, and then you're going down 1 over 2. Now when you go down 1, you're going to be in between the coordinate grids, and then 1, 2. Down 1 over 1, 2, down 1 over 1, 2. And then maybe up 1 over 1, 2, up 1 over 1, 2. When you do this in Edulastic, though, you only need to make 2 points with the line tool, and then it'll automatically create the line for you. All right. And I think that is it for these problems. The exit ticket problems will just be included in your Edulastic assignment. So that is all you need to do for today. Have a great day.